Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk about Trump and crowd sizes and what he was hoping for and what isn't occurring and how that is leading to some interesting developments. So, Trump apparently was envisioning a whole lot of his supporters showing up for these proceedings. And if you don't know the turnout of his supporters, I mean, dismal would be the only word that I could think of. It could be counted in dozens. Not huge crowds. Okay, from what I've seen, those people showing up to mock him are outnumbering his supporters that are showing up. Now, apparently, he he kind of indicated that maybe he believed that like NYPD or something was keeping his supporters away, and that's why there weren't big crowds of supporters there for him. A a news crew went outside and filmed the roads. It wasn't shut down. All of that stuff. And there have been a couple of questions that came in today asking why his supporters aren't showing up. Would you? I mean, really think about it. And don't think about it from your perspective. Think about it from the perspective of somebody who is super energized by Trump, one of the real big supporters. Would you show up? What happened last time? And again, don't look at it from the perspective of you. Look at it from the perspective of one of his big supporters, somebody who believes all of the information in the information silo that exists. The last time there was a giant gathering in support of Trump along these lines, they were told that it wasn't really them, that it was infiltrated, that it was a trap. Why would they show up? It's one of those cases where the rhetoric that Mago World used to excuse the events of the 6th are probably coming back to bite them. My guess is that those who are most energized by Trump don't want to be around a bunch of, quote, deep state people. So they're not showing up. And then the other thing is the part that he doesn't want to admit. His highly energized base is not as big as it once was. It's not 2016. It's not 2020. There aren't as many of them. And in that area, there are fewer. He might have a bigger turnout in a place that is more reliably in favor of him, but I mean, that's kind of not true either, because he didn't have a big turnout with, with any of the other cases. It's just the support, that kind of support isn't there. That energized base that's willing to show up and stand there while he's inside a building, it just doesn't exist the way that it used to. And then I would imagine that those who are still that fired up about him and those who are still that energized, they don't want to go there because they believe what they were told by supporters of Trump, that it's obviously a trap, that it's the deep state, that it'll be just like what happened before, and they don't want any part of it. Again, This is one of those things that is a lot like falling off that list. Trump really cares about crowd size. It's a big thing to him. It has been for years and years and years. This is one of those things that is going to it's going to gnaw at him. It's going to bother him. The first part of it during selection, and that was probably excusable in his mind. But now that opening statements have occurred, he probably pictured a lot more of his, red hat waving fans to be out there, and they're not in any big numbers. Don't get me wrong, there are a few, but I doubt it was more than 100. Probably going to bother the former president. I would imagine more tweets encouraging people to show up. And the more he tweets, the more he might be disappointed by the outcome. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.